And this is a Chinese war.
Aha.
Always interesting. Chinese with the sometimes difficult start.
So one thing I noticed is that Tribal has the hill right next to its TC.
Yeah.
If Maiar is the more aggressive player, that could be pretty bad for blue.
Well, I'm not sure that Maiar is more aggressive than Tribal. I think that they both are very similar. But I agree with you that it's a huge disadvantage for Tribal to get that hill so close to the TC. I'm already thinking of those many skirmishers from Maiar coming just at the top of the hill.
Red might be a little bit better. There's got a lot of forest, although it's only on one side.
Yeah, it does have a good map. Tribal map is not too bad anyway, except that hill. Okay, Red did find its second 4.
Blue is higher on villagers. I'm not sure if Red lost a villager at some point or not.
Well, I think it's because Blue did find his 2 ships. First 2 ships at the very beginning of the game, and maybe Red didn't.
Yeah, with Chinese that's a huge help.
Yep.
Because you have to wait so long to train your first villager.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure that this is the reason. But in fact, 2 villagers more, that's a lot at the very beginning.
So Tribal built its 2 lumber camps right next to each other. The same thing with Maiar, so
okay,
at least they're even.
I just noticed that it's not 2 more villagers, it's 1 more villager because Maiar was faster in researching feudal age. And Maiar did already find its opponent, I think. Yep, it did. And blue is still researching its opponent. Okay, it did fine. So this is gonna
Let's
be a
see.
skirmishers war, of course, a classic.
Yep, of course. Red's only basically found blue's TC, while and Tribal has found the 2 lumber camps. Alright, we got some skirmishers going out for blue.
Yep, small advantage for blue. 3 more military population than its opponent. And
Yep,
Maiar,
that skirmisher, some idle villagers.
the scout is gonna help.
I think Tribal needs to get the rest of his skirmishers into battle.
He will.
Yep, there they go. Let's see how Maiar defends against this.
Yep. Oh, it lost his scout.
So, advantage to Tribal at this point.
Yep. Yeah, Maiar does have 3 military at this point for now. Okay. I don't know why blue is retreating his skirmishers. Okay, fortunately Maiar does have a third lumber camp in a good position, pretty safe.
Yep, that's pretty important.
We've got well-borrow research by Tribal.
Looks like Maiar's gathering some gold, probably for Castle Age.
But Blue is close to research Castle at this point. Just gold and few food is missing. Well, one thing
I've noticed is that Blue is sticking around the lumber camp. I think it should probably move around to a different spot if it can.
Yep. Well, it could. Sometimes it can do. It's supposed to do it. Okay, it looks like it's actually doing this. It might circle around the PC and then attack. Okay, it's actually doing the job. It's gonna attack the mining camp now. This is the case. Well, what I forgot to mention is the fact that we've got here two AIs having won the previous big tournament, which was the Blame Your Mate 2. Maiar and Tribal were in the same
I remember
team.
that tournament.
Yep, in the Scare Meta team, and won against the Barbarian and the Horde. The final, it was a great event, and the final was just crazy. I'm pretty sure that Armelon remembers that final. First I thought that it was the best of 5, and we were losing 3-2, and I realized that it was the best of 7, so I restarted the streaming and played 2 more games, and Scare Meta did win. That was just crazy. And later, an AI's fan called the Noob, I don't remember the name of that guy, but hosted a tournament which was a 1v1 Arabia tournament, and I'm proud to say that Tribal did win that tournament. It was a pure 1v1 Arabia tournament, and Tribal had to play 3 times against Barbarian, 3 times against Maiar, and won the war games. So it looks like Tribal can be a beast in 1v1 actually, in Arabia of course.
Yeah, Maiar is still in the feudal age.
Yeah, well, the early harassment just made the difference. And we've got 1-1 which is coming. Okay, I don't know how many games Tribal would win against Maiar, but it looks like it's actually winning
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah, I remember the Blame Your Mate match.
Yeah.
It was actually the first tournament that I was able to watch after I came back to the community.
Yeah.
That was a really fun night.
Yeah, the format of this tournament was very, very funny.
Alright, and GG, game 1.
Okay, Armelon, maybe you threw 3 for Maiar, 1 for Tribal. So Maiar needs to win the next 3 games. So here we go for the 4v4. Wow. You guys are making me very sad because I noticed that Wattle and me are the lonely two guys who believe in Tribal with a 2-2 as a score, and you all guys just think that Maiar will win. Okay. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Okay, when Tribal plays a 4v4, it's always pretty long. The time the game is launched for some reasons. So we've got Mongol, Huns, Saracen and Frankish. I remember that Saracen was definitely not the best civilization for Maiar as pocket. It did lose against Subjugator, partly because of the Saracen pocket. But this time it's pockets again. And so we've got basically Huns plus Saracen pocket for Maiar, and Saracen and Huns for Tribal, so it's fair enough.
I'm actually trying to check. The flanks and pockets are almost mirror each other.
Yeah?
Got blue and yellow are both Franks, purple and green are both Mongols,
Yeah.
and then Huns and Saracens are the pockets.
In fact, this is right. Let's have a look about the map for each player. Okay, none of the players have a pretty bad map. Maybe Red does have the worst one, I would say.
Green might be a bit vulnerable with the gold. Depends on which way purple tries to attack.
In fact. So, this game should be pretty different than what you could see 2 days ago between the Horde and Illuminati, which both are pretty defensive AIs, I would say. Here we've got two pretty aggressive AIs, so we can probably have a fast game.
So we got the flanks going up to the feudal age or just arrived.
Mm-hmm.
As expected, it looks like each flank is going for archer ranges.
Yeah. Anyway, it will be skirmishers for every flank.
Yep, not too much of a surprise. This was the skirm meta team.
Exactly. Okay. Green
Looks like yellow.
Green has a
Yellow's
bit of
attacking first.
Yep. Well, blue and yellow meet each other in the center of their maps.
So it looks like yellow's defending against blue pretty well.
Yeah. I think that winning the early battle is not pretty important between those two areas, because everything will be decided with the pocket, the many knights which will come from both sides. And we've got blue, which is trying to build a defensive tower. Okay, we've got teal side and red other side which are coming. Though red is actually winning the battle with more knights than teal.
So it looks like teal's trying to help blue out here, but blue's kind of on the back foot.
Yeah. Red does have some spearmen, which are supposed to be used against the knight, but they are lost against the archery.
That's the
units.
idea.
Yeah.
If only you could micro each of the units better. It's so hard to do that properly.
Yeah. Well, I've got some cuts for Pharaoh to retrade the pikemen against the archery units, but it's not the case for Pharaoh.
So in terms of civilian population, Maiar seems to be winning.
Yep. Yeah.
We've got
and
green attacking purple again. Killing a few villagers and before the soldiers come to help.
Well, blue is trying to defend for a long time now. It keeps being pushed. Okay, teal is eventually coming with a decent army. It does
Got some
have,
camels.
it does have bloodline. It might help,
Hopefully the camels will attack the knights, not the skirmishers.
in fact. But yellow does have some spearmen.
Alright, so all the players are in feudal age or advanced, or all the players are in the castle age or advancing to the castle age except for blue.
Yeah.
But teal is cleaning up all the armies attacking blue, so that helps.
Yeah, teal is doing a good job. Helping this by the camels.
I think those camels are helping.
But it actually you have to face red knights and yellow's crossbows. That's gonna turn pretty hard.
You got teal also attacking orange, which is interesting.
Yeah. But orange does have already so many cavalries home.
And gray is attacking a purple castle town center in the middle of nowhere. So we got yellow and blue's town again. Same with red. Teal might need to come and help again.
Red is researching Tinkered Age. In a decent time, after having transit so many knights. Okay, so
Alright, so teal is attacking yellow.
yeah, with 32 military units.
And orange and purple are deep into green's town now.
Good coordination between purple and orange. Okay, Grey managed to push the enemies back.
So right now it's kind of like a 2v3.
Yeah, 2v3. Let's see what the Saracen can do versus the Cavaliers from Red. It will need to train a lot of Mamluk.
Yeah, those red cavaliers will be hard to deal with. Good news for Tribal is that teal and gray are in Imperial.
Yeah. Red is actually crossing the map to attack green. It would have been better to attack teal, I think. Elite Mamluk is researched by teal.
Teal has a whole bunch of scouts.
In fact,
I might have waited until light cavalry was researched, but we'll see.
yeah,
Teal did get elite Mameluke, which might be really helpful. Depends on how Teal uses them. Something I'd really love to see is an army of 30 elite Mamelukes just killing everyone.
yeah, that would be
I haven't
great.
seen that yet in the Davis Cup. Same with Mangadai. I think it's just hard for AIs to manage them properly.
Well, with DUC, everything is turning possible, but
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
I noticed anyway that DUC tends to be pretty buggy when you've got some lag. The lag is just killing the DUC. Unfortunately, Blue didn't try to save some villagers in a safe position. It's actually having one villager. Okay, now 0.
Alright, Blue resigned.
Yep, 0 population. And Maiar has Saracen goes for Harvest.
So it looks like Teal is tributing resources to Blue.
Really? In fact,
That's strange.
it's not supposed to do that when it's 100 food per wood. Okay, so at this point I would say that it's almost GG.
Yep, it's actually a 2v4. I thought yellow might go down, but red saved him just in time.
Well, the pockets.
Alright, Teal's main town center went down.
The pockets make the difference. Maiar's pockets.
Yep, just like I said earlier.
And even yellow does have the paladins. And with that turn, please heavy cavalry archers for the hands, tribal as the hands.
Looks like Orange found Teal's relocated town centers.
Oh yeah. This town center wasn't the best anyway. It was supposed to be safe.
So it's just gray that's left basically, and probably won't last long.
Yeah.
And GG.
GG. 1-1. Next game is gonna be the 3v3. Okay, so here we go. Hello French Viper fan, nice to see you around.
Just looking at everyone highlighting their messages.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that. I'll just cast instead. Alright, 3v3.
Saracen, Korean, Turkish. Definitely not my favorite civilizations.
3 of the most passive Arabia civilizations.
Exactly. So at the bottom we've got the 3 Maiars, at the top 3 Tribal. We've got Korean pocket for Tribal and Turkish pocket for Maiar. Red and green are pretty close.
So the aggressive player between them will probably get an advantage. Might be Tribal, we'll see.
Maybe.
In general, I think I like Korean's pocket better than Turk's pocket, but
Well,
I think
in late
Armelon
game,
might be happy.
Yeah, in late game I agree with you.
I think Maiar as Turk's flank is not a good choice because of all the skirmishers, so it's good that Maiar can go for knights instead for purple. So I think that pick makes sense for Maiar. Even though Maiar had no choice over the placement.
But what you're saying is true, because in fact, for Tribal, being Turkish flank means that it will be a problem in Castle Age, because Tribal do love to go for elite skirmishers, of course. So we can expect crossbows plus knights. Against Maiar, it can be a problem, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Good news is that Teal does seem to have a pretty good position. 2 big forests in the back.
Green just lost a villager against the boar.
That's not good. Also, one nice thing about Turks' pocket is that they have stronger knights than Koreans.
In fact, it does have a good line, it does have the bonus and the gold.
But if Blue can get to the Imperial Age and get a really good boom going, the Koreans can be pretty hard to stop in late Imperial Age.
Yeah. War Wagon anyway is in the plane for Tribal in Imperial Age. You can expect this unit. Okay, so Teal is already starting to attack Yellow. Yellow is a bit late. It's actually just building its second archery range, while Teal is already here with a bunch of skirmishers attacked by wolves, unfortunately. But okay. Oh, Yellow is not trying to attack with the villagers for some reason. Teal does have a small heal advantage.
Yep. The attack seems to be working out for Teal.
Yep. It's lucky.
Meanwhile,
with the
Red
heal.
was... Yep. Red might be a bit more successful, we'll see.
Other side, Red is actually pushing Green.
But Red skirmishers got too scattered, I think.
Yeah, well, the
Green is pushing.
Green villagers did a good job attacking the skirmishers, while Green was producing the skirmishers to defend. And both side Tribal is dominating its opponent.
Looks like Purple's sending some knights. Trying to figure out where. It looks like they might be helping out Red.
Oh, Green.
Or
He's
attacking Green.
Green, man.
Yeah. Attacking the farmers first.
Yeah. And Purple managed to have more knights than Blue. Okay, but Blue is pushing Red anyway. It didn't attempt to help Green. Well, I'm not surprised because I made it that way.
Looks like Purple's mixing in some camels.
Yeah, Green does have some spearmen, which should help a bit. Well, Yellow looks to be weak at this point. And once again, great kill ratio for Purple, the pocket. I think that overall Maiar is better than Tribal as pocket, regarding this game and the game before. And Teal is researching Castle Age. Yellow is really late. Well, for some reason...
One surprising thing is that yellow has more villagers than red.
Yeah, I think that yellow is especially bored by Teal because of the so many idle villagers. And I don't get why Purple decided to retreat its units. It did have like 10 cavaliers, well 10 knights, and it decided to retreat. I don't know why.
Yeah. Purple probably should try and help out red with all the knights in red's town.
I think that yellow is close to lose its DC. I think that purple is just waiting to have a Edge army, and when it will be the case, I think that green is gonna be destroyed in no time. But staying passive that way, I think, will make Maiar lose this game. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Red is out. Okay, purple is eventually acting. No, it's retreating.
And then retreats back to the town center.
Yeah. And Teal should target purple now. Purple is just 1 versus 3.
I'm getting the sense that purple has some conflicting rules going on where it sends them to attack and then decides, nope, I'm not attacking.
Yeah.
And retreats back again.
Yeah.
So some sort of logic condition is not working right, is my guess. If purple had been helping out, I think the game could have been a lot closer.
So at this point we've got 35, well, look at this military population of the whole tribal. It's almost 100 military population versus 31.
Pretty big difference.
Yep. Okay, what it looks like, blue is gonna lose its army because of the castle, and the camels from purple.
Yep, but blue is almost to the Imperial Age now.
Yeah. And as I expected, purple is the first in Imperial Age.
Yep, but it's a 1v3 right now.
So look at yellow. Yellow is 0 population, it doesn't have any TC. 99% of AIs would resign. Okay, it eventually resigned. It makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that's the strategy of might as well not resign until all the players want to resign.
Yeah.
Just so that maybe the buildings can be a distraction.
Exactly, yeah, it can work. Okay, so let's see what purple can do with its Imperial Age army. It does have the elite janissaries.
It'll need a lot of them to provide a good defense. Except it's on the offense right now. We got war wagons from blue.
Yeah, I told you.
Which I think is a good choice, but I think they need to be massed up closer together.
Yeah, and it needs to make it elite, of course.
Yep. Alright, now it's officially 1v3.
Well, what I would like to see is green building a TC between blue and teal. Teal is eventually coming in purple. At this point, blue has almost no food. Okay, but War Wagon is Elite War Wagon is researched. Is actually researched, so that's cool.
That should provide a boost for blue. The halberdiers are not going to do well against the hand cannoneers.
Yeah. I don't know how it, yes, it does find some halberdiers because of the so many hussars, of course. But
Right, yep.
What we want to see is, of course, war wagons, a lot of war wagons. Okay, so Teal does have a bunch of trebuchets and siege rams.
Yep, that's a lot of.
That's a good point.
Lots of trebuchets as well for Teal.
And step by step, the war wagons are coming for blue, from blue.
Purple's down to about 15 military. It's looking like the game might be over pretty soon. So this game might have come down to passive pocket player, and I think Tribal got ahead with the skirmisher battles.
Yeah.
And that's what led Tribal to victory here.
Well, from what we saw in the first 3 games, it looks like Tribal can get a good advantage as flank. As pocket, Maiar tends to be a bit better. It makes games pretty close. This one was actually decided because of the behavior of the purple pocket when it decided to retreat, while the both flanks were in bad shape. So we've got 2-1 for Tribal. Let me have a look about the betting, because I think that only Water and me are actually in a good position to get the points. Well.
Did both of you guys go 3-1?
2-2.
2-2?
Mm. Well, 3-1 looks possible, but I didn't expect.
Yeah, you guys both went 2-2.
So I'm actually rooting for the 2-2. Please, Maiar, please do it. So this is the last match, the last game tonight. Already 11 games played. We're a French Viper fan. The games between Yggdrasil and Mininote were not close, except maybe the 3v3. The rest was clearly dominated by Yggdrasil. But it was a decent match to watch anyway. You've got the VOD if you are interested in watching those games, and you're welcome to watch Illuminati vs The Horde, which were pretty interesting games, which were streamed just after Yggdrasil vs Mininote. Okay, so here we go for the last one. You hear, Leif? Just wait a little bit, I guess that Leif is not ready. So Promi did bet 3-1 for Maiar, Interlepus 3-1 for Maiar, and Mifo 4-0 for Maiar. This is a joke, and Mifo. Armelon 3-1 for Maiar. Same for Martin.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I went 3-1 for Maiar.
Yes, you did. Cheese and Toast. Bet 4-0 for Maiar. Come on, Cheese and Toast. Okay, so anyway. Let's go.
So here we go. Let's see if Tribal proves everyone wrong, or just most of everyone wrong.
We got
Saracens and Byzantines.
Yeah, Saracen once again, man. Byzantine is definitely a pretty good civilization for both of the players, of course, because skirmishers cost almost nothing. Well, Saracen is definitely not the best one. And we have Byzantine versus Byzantine aside, Saracen versus Saracen other side.
Yeah, so we might see a pretty good, like, two 1v1s at the same time.
Exactly.
See who's best at Byzantines and who's best at Saracens.
And I assume, that neither Maiar nor Tribal do have help strategies in 2v2. I mean, Tribal will just focus on battling with its closest enemy, but won't try to help Italy, and I'm pretty sure that it's the same for Maiar.
One thing I noticed about both blue and yellow is that they don't have any back forest.
Yep. And yellow does have the gold, the stone in the front. I think that the blue stone is better than the yellow's one. Red do have a bad map, I would say. Well, I mean, it does have a forest which is in the back, but it's far from the TC.
Alright, so it looks like yellow's going to be the first to the feudal age with only 23 villagers.
Yep.
We'll see if that gives yellow an advantage in the skirmisher warfare.
Well, in this situation, Tribal can defend with the villagers, which can be pretty aggressive against the skirmishers.
Blue's lumber camps might not be in the best spot this game. Might be good to have at least one on the other forest.
Yep.
Alright, so yellow is the first to attack.
In fact, with the military population lead, 11 versus 9. It's not a huge difference.
And then green's the first to attack on the other side.
Okay, so look at blue. Villagers are doing the job. And that way,
Yeah.
blue does have...
Army villagers.
Yep, exactly. And that way blue does have actually recovered the military advantage. Something that I've never seen from Maiar is building a defensive tower. I think that it's something that Maiar never do. In this situation it definitely could help. Tribal does have some rules to take the hill and to take the advantage of the hill. And it's exactly what green is actually doing.
So both the tribal players have been on the offensive for quite a while.
Yep.
That's going to keep some villagers idle for Maiar.
Yeah, and yellow doesn't have any access to the main gold. The other gold is quite far, but safe. And
Yeah, but I think at this point, just with the military advantage, you might need to try and defend as well as you can and go to Castle Age.
yeah,
I'm not sure what the best call would be here. It's definitely in Tribal's favor right now.
yeah. The training of units is made regarding at a certain point regarding the military population of the enemy, and at this point Tribal should stop training units to focus on the castle.
Green's on the way to the Castle Age.
Yeah,
Same with blue.
yeah. Green is moving around the redstone. Maybe he will find the lumber camp. And yellow is recovering a bit, I would say, but it does have the age disadvantage at this point. Okay, blue should maybe save its units now, it's the case, or not.
Yeah, wait until he has Elite Skirmisher
Yeah,
and the other upgrades.
it's supposed to retreat its units while the elite skirmishers is effectively researched, but I don't know why it didn't.
But Knight's coming in for blue.
Oh, look at red.
Red has an army now,
Yeah,
but so does green.
exactly. And green do have the elite skirmishers and knights. a third TC for blue and green too, so it should take the civilian population advantage at this point. I don't know what it did delete in the back, I mean the yellow player. I think it was the market.
Looks like Red's Town Center might go down pretty soon. Maybe a little bit longer. That ram was destroyed. Blue's got a ram of his own.
Yep. Okay. Chambarding is reset by green, so it might be able to attack the PC soon now. We just need to mass a bit more. A bit more knights, I mean.
Just red now.
Yep. Well, when I bet 2-2, I thought that Maiar would win the 3v3. I was confident for the 1v1. 3v2 I think that it was possible. Okay, but this is 3-1 for Tribal. The CD number 3
GG.
did win against the CD number 6.